All right.
All right, what's up, everybody? Juice is loose back, number 214, and we got a member back finally after 2 months. Robert, what is up, man?
I've come back from the depths of the dead.
The depths.
the depths. I don't know.
Don't be a fucking grammar Nazi. Get that shit out of here.
Bookie.
I don't know. I'm back though. How's it going?
What's up, man? Welcome back. So
Shady's back.
let's get an update. What you've been up to? You were telling us off air you've been playing some games, so why don't you just catch us up real quick?
So I actually have played and beaten. That's right, beaten Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, and it was a really good game. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't think it's like I see, like when I see the Metacritic, I kind of agree with that more than what it sounds like the everyday
Metacritic.
It's like I think it's like 80 something, but like I kind of
what?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think I agree with that more than like the audience. I feel like every time I hear someone talk about it, they're like, dude, it's fucking 10, yo. And I'm like, all right.
Calm down. Take off your Spidey pajamas. Calm down.
Calm down.
It feels like it's been forgotten, though. Like,
well, it's a single player game.
Yeah. And, well,
it's
because
at
a lot, like,
87.
yeah, I'd probably give it a
high, though.
Yeah, no, it is. It's pretty high, but like, people like to give it that extra 13 points. And like, I don't know, it's like I do think it's a really good game, and I enjoyed it a lot, like the whole time. Like obviously that's why I beat it. I kept playing it. I was really enjoying it. But there are points where I thought I want 100% the game, but then they have like these crime events sort of things, and it's like 150 of them, and they're all the same thing. It's super repetitive, and people be like, oh no, but don't worry, there's these demons. And the demons are the same thing as the normal criminals, just they're like different skins, essentially. You have one that just fights you with their bare hands, the one that shoots you with the gun, the other one that hits you with a sword, and they all have the same thing. Like then there's the prisoners, and all of them are the same. And it's so repetitive. And it's like, well, why do I want to do 150 of these? If I don't have to do it, if it doesn't have to involve the main story, which it doesn't, I'm not going to do it. And the main story itself is really good, and but you do also get slowed down by these like MJ and Miles Morales stuff, where it's like these stealth missions that are completely bad. I think they're just straight up bad, where the AI is so dumb, and you feel like, what the hell? Why am I even playing this? Like, just show me a cutscene and just continue with me being Spider-Man. Like, why do I need to be MJ? Like she. It's just so dumb because they always do it as like, oh, well, let me tell you, Peter, how I got into this building. And then they cut to it and how she snuck in. And it's like, no, don't just say how you just tell me how you got in and I'll believe you, MJ. I believe you. it's like, let me just play as Peter. Appreciate it. And then it's like, that happens so often. Like, it's probably like there's these acts and it's probably like 2 per act. And it's like, come on, like, really? I got to dedicate time to this?
It's almost, I mean, it sounds like the forced Batmobile stuff, the like racing stuff they threw in a different company.
Bro. Nah, bro. That's way worse. That's a huge chunk of the game. I don't know how many times you walk around as Mary Jane, but the Batmobile.
I'm just curious. I mean, they copied the fighting system from Batman, the Arkham games, and now they added, for whatever reason, I mean, maybe just try to mix it up a little bit, but
yeah, they tried. But don't get me wrong, like the overall game is a ton of fun, and I love playing as Spider-Man. You know, fighting as Spider-Man, and all that shit. It's great. I love it. And there are genuine like action points, like action scenes where it's like, dude, this is better than the Marvel movies. Like honestly, where you're like, if this was a movie, this would be awesome. And it kind of is a movie because it's a cutscene most of the time. And that's what bugs me though, is like sometimes like there's these action scenes and you know if this was Bayonetta, you'd be playing it. It's like I feel like if some of these could have been more than just a quick time event right now, or just literally not even a quick time, just watching it. And there's some points where it's like, whoa, cool action scene, but at the same time you're thinking like, wait, but I'm not playing it. And it's like, I wish I was playing. But other than that, it's still really good. I enjoyed it.
You were playing another game recently too, weren't you? Or replaying?
Well, I mean, there's kind of two other games I was hopping back towards. I've been consistently back into City Folk for Animal Crossing City Folk. That happened.
I was just about to say that. Just messing around. That's serious.
Yeah, like I was just like hopping around for like the past few weeks. Yeah, I go like every day. I've been playing like a good amount because I'm like, you know what? If before Animal Crossing Switch, I want to pay off my house. I for some reason never paid it off. I had it where I almost have the last thing you have to do is just get a flag, which and that's literally you pay like 500 grand for just a flag, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And so I just been back in there, I'm making the animals say some very inappropriate shit. It's great. Like I made one of the animals say "gag on my cock,"
What the?
and it's pretty funny. And the whole thing is like, that's his catchphrase. It was funny because I was the other day I opened it. I was talking to him. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say that? I'm like, oh shit, I made him say that. And
because your 16-year-old self thought that was even probably funnier than
yeah, but it still makes me laugh. but like that it's still a lot of fun, and I can't wait for Animal Crossing Switch, which I forgot because I wasn't
here. You were on since all this stuff got announced, were you?
Yeah, no, I wasn't even here. Oh my god, if you watch my video, I genuinely almost cried. I
didn't want to watch your fake reaction, so I didn't watch it.
Wow.
I don't know why.
That's bullshit.
I literally was having tears in my eyes. Yeah, I was so happy.
Because I always say that the difference between that getting announced and, like, let's say a Metroid Prime 4, for example, is, or if like they brought back Wave Race, like franchises we weren't sure like where they stood, and if like there was zero doubt in my mind Animal Crossing was coming to the Switch. It was just a when they're going to announce it. So for me, it's like that's kind of the difference. Like we know there's
because, but it feels like it's been forever.
For us, I was saying New Leaf has been out since what, 2012?
Yeah, in Japan, but like for instance, like I'm in terms of just City Folk, in terms of a console, it's next year. It will be 11 years since City Folk came out on the Wii.
Yeah, that's why. Like for us, like on the Wii U, we were already 100% certain we were gonna get an Animal Crossing, and that never happened. The Switch, man, we started.
You just fucked everything.
As soon as it was they announced it as a portable. To me, like, I think it's almost guaranteed. But you never know. But that's how it kind of.
And yeah, then I also went back and played a little bit more Super Mario Galaxy, but that's just, because I love that game. And then I also was trying to collect some more moons in Odyssey again. And damn, that game is still a ton of fun.
He finally found the T-Rex thing I teased him about, tried to get him.
Wooded Kingdom. I was telling you that I would never think of just jumping off and there would be more land there. Like, I don't know, like usually, you jump off, you're dead. So I was like, I don't know, like, why would I think about doing that? And then I did, and then there was a deep woods, and
you just fell and like, oh shit, oh no, oh hey,
literally, and it was like, what the fuck? I'm like, and I was like, why is this here? And I'm like, wow, there's more moons here, and there's more purple coins here. I'm like, no wonder why I can't find any more purple coins. and it was funny because then you see it went poof, poof, we're like, oh shit, and there's a T-Rex. I'm like, whoa. I was pretty awesome.
He captured that motherfucker.
Yeah, he has a hat on, so you can, and that was pretty awesome. I was like, damn, man, what a great game.
I still find it funny that talking about Mario Odyssey out of context, it sounds ridiculous. Man, that T-Rex had a hat on it, so I couldn't catch it.
Yeah,
the fuck?
That's Mario in general. That's just insane.
I know I tried to stomp on a turtle, but the bitch hit me with a shell. What? Wait a minute.
I popped the bitch, a leaf came out, and then put on a raccoon suit.
And I hadn't played Super Mario Bros. 3, just kind of get off topic a little bit, in a long time since the Game Boy Advance version. And I was kind of looking forward to playing it. Once I got the added to Lil Craze Nintendo Switch family thing. And I probably got to just give it a little more time. It just didn't feel, it felt a little loose in the controls to me. Maybe that's just because I'm so used to Mario Maker, and I'm sure they've changed, they're tightening them up. it just felt like I was sliding around a little bit more. It wasn't as precise as I.
You gotta get that NES pad for $40.
Yeah. But and I didn't really. I don't even know if I finished the first level. That's how far I got before I was like, oh, I'll just save state it and I'll come back later. But anyway, good to have Robert back. And Shadow Fox, I don't know where he's at. He didn't reply to the messages I sent him earlier. So maybe he'll join us. Maybe he won't. But I thought we could talk about something got announced today. Nothing major. I know it's not going to be a big topic, but Nintendo Switch, Diablo 3 Eternal Collection Bundle. That's the official name. And I just get everybody's thoughts on the actual bundle, and if you, I actually didn't tweet about it. I did. I retweeted it, and I said, this is a better bundle than the Smash Brothers Ultimate bundle. So I'll explain that, but just quick thoughts. You get pretty cool looking carrying case. The dock's got just like some light gray characters on the left and right, and then there's a character on the back of the Switch itself, and then some looks like some digital content. I'm guessing the game's digital for $260.
It is digital, yeah.
Yeah, it's digital.
So you're getting the carrying case, and you know, if you don't have a Switch and if you're going to buy Diablo 3, you know, you're getting the carrying case for free, and then you get a custom dock in the back of the Switch. So first, anybody got, and I mean, like I said, not a big major topic, but just quick impressions, quick thoughts.
I got a real quick one. Real quick. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa.
Damn.
Obviously, people who already have a Switch, it's going to be a little less.
Yeah, generally, it's kind of like, oh, it's cool. All right. that's literally the base of my interest.
Diablo called and told me to fuck you too.
I'm already in hell, T.
No, it's cool though. Like you said, it's a better bundle than the Nintendo's own bundle, which is kind of sad. I think the only thing they could have went the extra, just a tiny little extra bit of a mile, and made those Joy-Cons red. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
If they could have done that, it'd have been like perfect. It'd been like right there. But at least they did like put actual new design on the Switch itself, and obviously the dock. So
and the carrying case,
and the carrying case is cool. Yeah, but you know, they give you that carrying case, and then that way you don't got to put no cartridge in there. So they take that away. Give you the digital download code. Okay, you don't need no case and game. So I mean, they're actually making a little bit more off of that, obviously. So, but that's cool though. It is a pretty decent bundle.
And the significance of it is this is a full third-party title. I mean, this isn't
from who makes
Blizzard.
Yeah, from Blizzard. Blizzard, folks. Nintendo has an exclusive bundle with Blizzard, a Blizzard game. Like, that's insane.
That to me is more significant than the actual what the bundle is. I mean, that's kind of unheard of. I know they did a Zombie U one in Europe for the Wii U, but it didn't have it. It was just a Wii U and a copy of the game and the Pro Controller, right? It wasn't anything.
No, it wasn't anything special.
Custom. So, Retro Death, any thoughts?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't really see the same hype as you guys. Like, for me, like every single Switch edition that's coming out, it's the same fucking black gray Switch with just the same like white decal sticker on it and shit. It's like, how hard is it? You just make the fucking thing like red, you know? That would have blown me. Make it red. Put like an engraving design on it. Shit like that. Every time we're gonna get a Switch with a new special edition, and it's just gonna be black with a fucking sticker on it. I just don't care. It's too lazy for me, and I don't care if I get a carrying case with it. Like, it's too little for me. Like, I don't like it.
It's too little.
Small every time, by the way.
To trade in for, but what about just as a new Switch owner? I mean, it's definitely more than just buying a base model Switch.
Yeah, nobody's gonna run out and trade their Switch in over it, I don't think.
But if they'd made the Switch itself red, like the actual back of the went a little bit further, then you might have some people trading in.
That's what I meant. Like, make the whole like what you get. Okay, we don't need to have what the N64 had. We don't need 100 fucking colors and see-through colors and shit. You know.
Oh,
Like,
it's
come on,
coming.
it's been 2 years. We don't have one single color variant of the Switch itself. Like, I don't like that. And special editions for me are the moment to do that, to make it special. And it's just like a Switch with a sticker, and it seems like the price is almost like the same. You know,
I
you
don't
just
think
get
I
like
don't think they're gonna do
stickers.
that for like 10-year. Well, it's not 10 years old, but 7-year-old game from a third party. I don't think
Yeah,
they're
it's
gonna
not really
go.
worth it.
I don't think they're gonna crew. I expect that. I better have that with Metroid. Like I better have color variation and some real, good stuff for
Come on,
Metroid Prime 4.
this is modern Nintendo we're talking about. This is the Switch is doing well. Nintendo
Right.
can charge. Seems like they feel like they can charge anything, not be as consumer friendly. I don't see them until there's a Switch revision. I don't see them doing anything to the base, screen, the console that has the screen, and other than adding a ghosted image or some kind of something to the back like the Pokemon and I don't
Because that's going to
see
cost
them
more money. You start dyeing plastic.
Mhm.
That's going to cost them more money. So
the Joy-Con thing. I mean, at the very least, some red Joy-Cons. They already have red.
Yeah, they have red. So that's what I think they dropped the ball on that for sure.
But still, this is a Blizzard game.
Yeah.
Getting a bundle before like a Ubisoft, like to me, it was just surprising.
I think that's great.
And it's just the fact you get a carrying case, and the back of the Switch actually has a decal on it, just puts it way ahead of the Smash Ultimate bundle, which is just they put a few lines on the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
And it's same price, So
I'm with you. I think the optics is pretty cool. Not so much the actual.
So anyway, that was just something that popped up today, and I think that's, like I said, more of the significance of being Blizzard's first game on a Nintendo system in forever, that they actually got a bundle. Which, well, I guess real quick, what do you think the next third-party game that we know of? Well, we don't know of too many in the future that maybe would get a bundle. Can anybody think of anything?
Doom, I hope. Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah,
I could see that.
Like that needs to have a bundle, and it better have red Joy-Cons in that shit.
You know what I think will get a bundle, which like I don't know, like you guys say like Doom is obvious, this is obvious. To me, the one thing that is really obvious, even above Metroid, above anything, is Animal Crossing. I think that's gonna get something pretty good.
Yeah, I think.
Well, that's first party. I hope.
Yeah, third party wise,
I'm gonna say something that might seem kind of dumb, but this is what I honestly believe. I think Minecraft will get a bundle next, personally.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, Minecraft. That would
have like light blue Joy-Cons.
Yeah, to me that's just an easy sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like a new DS like a month ago or something still for Minecraft. That they still do that shit.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was like, Minecraft is one of those things that you could still put a special edition. I mean, didn't Xbox do that like a year ago?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, also, yeah.
For Xbox One X.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. I think that would be next, personally.
Yeah, I mean,
I was surprised. Like Starlink, they always did the Skylanders bundles with consoles and shit, and it's like it's pretty much a Star Fox game.
I think it's because of the cost of the game, like all the different variations. Yeah. We're gonna get into that, but I think that may have hindered them from doing it because they probably wanted to.
And the Fortnite bundle, somebody brought up. That's all that is it's a free to play game. You get like 1,000 V points and nothing different about the actual Switch dock or anything.
That shit is like perfect fucking marketing. They
it's just a base,
slightly different label.
It's like, look, Fortnite.
Yeah, literally.
Well, I mean, that's smart. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah.
But it's barely. I mean, that's barely a bundle.
Well, everybody did that. PlayStation.
Like seriously, like that was my thought. I saw that Fortnite bundle, and I was like, "This is fucking brilliant."
You basically get $10 worth of in-game currency.
It's free.
So, all right. God, it feels like I just had thought of something.
Were you gonna talk about Starlink?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I just wanted to share a story. I uploaded the video Juice episode 1 TEE Juice. Meza T and I got on comms, played some Rocket League, and I recorded the audio. And we had a fun time, and just want to make people aware that that's what that video is. If you didn't click on it, yeah, we're chatting and laughing like fucking high school kids. We were up to like 3 a.m, and the reason I wanted to bring that up, just share a couple stories, and just to say, like, ask people in the live chat or watching this, like, if more of the Juices Loose crew could get together and do that kind of stuff, would people be interested? Because I think that would be kind of fun to try to do like once or twice a month, where we're all on the comms, we're all playing, we can hear the trash talking, and people can get a taste of that. I think,
of course,
that would be fun.
I think it could be interesting if we would like switch up the games all the time.
Yeah, that's the problem though. It's
well, if we're gonna do it once a month, you
can
play 12 games.
It has to be a cross-play game then, because I have to do it all through my PC. I don't.
Because you don't have
other than buying a capture card.
I know, because you won't just. But
then we got 3 people here who don't have the Switch Online service, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be strange. Let's go back to Wii U.
Fucking sellouts will come back in December.
So
wow.
We'll have to see, but yeah, T and I were playing, and it was. I mean, we've done that with Smash, where we stay up really late and we get goofy and stuff. But it's been a while since any of us did that. We used to do it with Smash Wii U. We did it like at least felt like about once a month, if not more.
I think we did it literally like once a week.
Yeah, but they went like it was once a month. We were pretty consistent for a while.
Yeah. So it was just fun, and thanks to PC and I got a Radeon graphics card with I'm sure Nvidia has it too. With that software, with free OBS broadcast software, with free Hangouts, made all this happen. Like, I didn't have to pay a dime. Just use Hangouts, OBS, Steam, which I don't have to pay to play online. We could message each other, and it was all done. That's one of the beauties of PC gaming, I guess. There are a lot of annoying things, like for Blizzard, you gotta have to have an account. For Ubisoft, you have to have an account. Epic has their own account system now. Steam has an account. There's annoying stuff to it, and it seems like they're constantly updating and
maintenance, yeah.
And driver updates for AMD especially. They're like weekly after a new game comes out. They gotta do hot fixes. There's a lot of stuff happen. That kind of can bring it down. Mainly the different accounts you have to have is just kind of annoying. You got all these passwords you got to keep track of. But the beauty of it is when you can do all that stuff that I was just talking about seamlessly and free. You don't have to pay extra, and it is nice. So I wasn't sure if it was going to work. I did a test like a month ago, and I thought it was a great experience. I re-listened to it, and I laughed probably more than when we were actually playing and talking. So definitely recommend people check that one out. And if you don't want to watch the Rocket League content, it really doesn't matter. You could just listen to that one. We don't talk about the game that much. We have to be watching attentively. So T, you got any thoughts on that night, that experience?
It was a fucking blast. Like you said, like I had to buy Rocket League and I got a sweet deal on it. I got it for like under $8, and that was my only cost. And like you said, we could do all the cool stuff, and it was we were like playing offline, and then we kept having these instances of just laughter about what we were saying and how before we were recording, about how everything we were saying had like sexual or connotation and shit. Like, no matter what we said, it all sounded funny.
Once you start thinking of
it's over.
Your perverted, dirty mind, like anything said related to what's happening in the game.
Man, they keep hitting me from behind.
Like, that's the same thing if you watch football. There's a lot of
football. I was gonna say football is very similar.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like they look at all of them in the pile, and
there's a ton of like funny
fumbled
things.
The ball.
Like Like he really blew him up or something.
Oh man, he got smashed.
It was good fun, and I'd like to get more people involved because it sucks
None of that dog shit Switch. You can't.
You can, because if you do a private lobby in Rocket League or Fortnite, I mean Fortnite has crossplay.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other games. Those are the two games that you can do it in right now. But it was fun.
Paladins doesn't have
I don't think Paladins has a.
Yeah, probably not.
Doesn't work cross, like I can't log in as far as I know, and the PC version and have all my content. I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, I mean they were talking about doing it for Warframe, but that's not going to happen day one. So
it's a pretty big complaint in the Rocket League community that you don't have like a generalized account for all your systems.
I know that would be so fucking nice, because I mean T just rebought the game. Yeah, he got a great deal, paid $7, but he has to start over. Like he's got nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. It's like I want to use my DeLorean and I can't. I got to rebuy that shit.
It's like why do free-to-play games do that, but a game you actually buy doesn't let you carry over? It's weird.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got two choices. We're gonna vote on it. We can play the game show that I've come up with now.
10 years ago.
Or we can we can talk about the Starlink and go into like the whole pricing structure and physical versus digital.
Let's go through the game, because I feel like you've been waiting for this for so long. And I don't want to deprive you of this joy.
All right, that's Terrell's vote.
This is a democracy. Come on, guys.
That's 2. We need a tiebreaker.
I'll go for the game.
What?
I'll go for the game as well.
Okay. All right.
I think it's nice to have that in the middle, and then we continue with the game talk afterwards.
All right. So people listening, this is something you can play along with. And I was thinking about doing it in a cheesy game show voice guy. And I don't think I could keep that up. I think
you at least need to attempt it.
That would be very hard.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to do it.
Yeah, but see, look at T's putting more effort than you have now.
The game is for everyone. Everyone listening live, you can play along even on the replay. Just get a piece of paper. There's gonna be, you just gonna have to write yes or no, or I'll explain it in a second. So the game is, has Robert played it? That's my voice. So this is a game where I'm going to name retro games from the NES era to the Wii era, pretty much in order. And we're going to guess if yes or no, it has Robert played that game. Once we all guess, then Robert will reveal if he's played the game, and then we'll keep track. We're going to do 15 different games, and at the end, we'll see who's got the most right, and maybe have to do a tiebreaker if we're tied. Robert, your answer literally has to be yes or no. Nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be a maybe.
If you're not sure, just say no. Unless you're 100% you played the game, say no. Some of the rules are, if it's a game that appeared on the virtual console, that's fine as long as you played that version of the game. Like it's not a remake or reboot. It's the game. I'll say specifically what game it is. So like if let's just this isn't one of them, but if I said, all right, Super Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers, and I'd be like, all right, T, has Robert played it? Yes or no? So this will be the test one. So just give your answer, T. Do you think Robert's played Super Mario Brothers?
Yes.
All right, then I'll go through everybody else, and I'll be like, Robert, have you played Super Mario Brothers?
No, I mean, no, I did.
Punch in the face.
So, yeah, I'm looking at the list now. I'm thinking it's going to be, I think there's going to be a lot of no's, but that's going to be, I think that's going to be the interesting part. Hopefully you've played some of these, because if you haven't played
I can add them to the backlog.
If you haven't played any of these, this game's going to be a huge failure, but I think it'll still be.
It's like you'll hinge on one person's gaming history.
We can be all like mega weird with this shit. Like if you played like Mario Odyssey and you went to the theater and you played that small segment, I mean, technically you played the game.
Hi, Robert. This is your gaming life.
Wow.
And I chose Robert because he's the youngest. So you know, if we said, "Hey T, has T played it?" We're not gonna find. It's gonna be like,
yeah,
it's gonna be a yes on almost every single game we can think of.
Yes.
So, all right. So who's ready for Has Robert played it?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys can give your answers in the live chat, just Y or N, or you can type it out, whatever you want to do. So the first game is Ninja Gaiden, not the Xbox remaster, the original 8-bit Ninja Gaiden. So
hell no.
Ms. T, has Robert played Ninja Gaiden?
No.
No. All right. Terrell?
No.
Retro Death?
No.
I'm going to say, damn, I almost want to be different.
That's what I was thinking. But I'm like,
I mean, it's not it was in the actual remake. I'm gonna say no as well. I wish Clocked It would have been here, or Shadow Fox, because it would have been give us a little more time in between. So, Robert, Ninja Gaiden, have you played it?
No.
All right. So
I'll add that to the list.
So the next one is Double Dragon 2. Well, let's go in reverse order. Retro Death.
Oh my god.
Reverse order would have been you, Juice.
Well, yeah. I guess, yeah, let me go first. I'm gonna say no. All right, then Retro.
I'm gonna say no.
All right. And people in the live chat, keep track of your own scores because
he ain't doing it.
Terrell.
Yes.
Shadow Fox. No.
What the hell was that?
T.
Christ.
No.
No. And there's only 3 NES games, just so everybody knows. Robert, have you played Double Dragon 2?
No.
So far, everybody in the chat's right. All right. This one's a little tricky because there's been 100 versions, but we're going to say I kind of group these two together. NES and original Game Boy. The original Tetris. Has Robert played it? Ms. T.
The original Game Boy Tetris?
And the NES. Both
or NES?
The original Tetris, yeah.
No.
T says no. Terrell.
No.
Retro.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm also gonna say yes. So, Robert, have you played Tetris?
No.
3 for 3. Easily 3 correct. All right, so now we're on to Super NES era. I think these are going to get a little tougher.
Every fucking 4-year-old girl played Tetris.
I never. The only Game Boy games I had was like, I think I had Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy.
Too much, just in case we play this game again.
Yeah.
Maybe we might skip the NES games, but all right. The next set are NES or Super NES. Super NES Mini does count because it's the same game.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you bastard.
So, the first game is Star Fox. And I'm going to say yes. Retro.
I'm gonna say no.
Terrell.
No.
T.
Yes.
All right. Robert, have you played Star Fox?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
I never beat it, but you know.
The next game is a classic. One of the greatest games of this style. Created this genre, basically. Perfected it. Super Metroid. What order did we go? Oh, T. Super Metroid. Has Robert played it?
Yes.
Terrell.
No.
Retro Death.
No.
I'm gonna say this one's really tough, actually. I'm gonna say yes. So, Robert, have you played Super Metroid?
Yes.
All right.
Again, not a lot of it, but I did play it.
All right.
Yeah.
The last
But I had to pull your card.
Super NES game is one of the more overrated Nintendo franchises, in my opinion.
Here we go.
Yeah, here it comes.
Renowned and remembered as a classic, but to me, never liked it then, and I definitely don't like it now. That's the original F-Zero. Juice, has Robert played it? I'm gonna say yes.
Did you ask yourself the question?
Retro.
That's weird.
What the hell was that?
Retro Death. You're on a losing, or you've gotten 3 wrong.
I know, man. This is not looking good for me. I'm gonna say no.
He's gonna say no. Terrell.
Fuck. Yes.
Mezati.
I'm gonna say no.
Robert, have you played F-Zero?
Yes.
Though that one was a little easier for me because of the Super NES Classic, but the next 3 are from.
I don't think I've played it on there yet, though, so that's what I was thinking.
The next 3 are from a console that I probably bought the least amount of games for from a Nintendo console, the N64.
Okay.
So close to
Choose about
T's
10
heart.
games.
Diddy Kong Racing. Has Robert played it? T, we're starting with you.
Ooh. This is where you get tricky at. 'Cause I'm gonna go with yes.
All right, Terrell. Diddy Kong
No.
Racing.
Retro.
Retro.
If I think about it, I'm gonna regret it.
It's like I have a feeling he never even has seen an N64 in his life, but I feel Diddy Kong Racing, man. I gotta go with. Oh, this is gonna kill me. I'm so gonna regret this. I'm gonna say yes.
I'm going to say no. Robert, have you played Diddy Kong Racing?
Dizzy Diddy.
No, I didn't.
Fuck. I hate you, man. I hate you.
All right. The next is one of the most timeless gameplay experiences of all time, in my opinion. Game holds up just today, like it came out yesterday. Like it still plays perfectly. It was one of the most graphically impressive wow factors on the N64 at launch or near launch, and that's Wave Race 64. I'm really torn on this one.
This is actually tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Wave Race 64. It was on the Virtual Console on the Wii and Wii U. Just to remind people. I'm gonna say yes. Retro Death.
I gotta stick with my beliefs. I don't think he's ever seen an N64 in his life. I'm gonna say no.
All right, Terrell.
I've noticed the times I agree with Retro Death, it usually gets me in trouble.
Exposed.
But I actually do agree. I don't think he's played it, so I'm gonna say no.
Mezati.
I'm gonna also agree that he hasn't played it only because I've never heard him even talk about it. So.
All right, Robert. The suspense is killing me. Have you played Wave Race 64?
No.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, but I said you're the one who sucks the dick in that game like that. So I was like, I don't think Robert played it.
Yeah.
I love Wave Race 64. That's one of my
No,
favorites.
but I think Juice wants to marry that game.
Good game. I'm doing
Great,
a quick
game.
quick score check.
What a physics.
But have you played the best version of Wave Race 64?
The Blue Storm order.
The Japanese version with the rumble, right?
That's right, bitch.
Well, I guess what is our scores right now?
All right, Retro Death has 4 points. Oh, damn, I forgot about, well, from this point on, we'll do the double down. thing, which I'll explain in a second. So Retro Death has 4 points. I have
Kidding me, Robert.
5. Terrell has 1, 2, 3, 4. T has
6.
7.
7.
You son of a... No, wait. 6,
6.
sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm keeping count of mine. So
Yep. So T's in the lead. All right. From this point forward, we're gonna make the game a little more interesting. Everybody gets a one-time use, double down. If you feel really confident about your answer, you say, I want to double down. If you get it right, you get +2. If you get it wrong, you get a -2 on your score. So,
fuck.
With that,
that's a really hilarious movie. It's terrible.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it. So the next game was after, right around. It was after the Dreamcast came out. I don't think it sold as well as they planned. It took too long to come out, and that's Rare's Perfect Dark for the N64. RAM expansion definitely was not needed, but you should have played it with the RAM expansion. But
does Rare Replay count? It is the same game.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be fair though.
I would have to say yes. They didn't change anything, but they spruced up the visuals.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, but they added save states to the other shit on the Super Nintendo Mini, for example. I think it should count.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically the same game.
All right, so we'll count Rare Replay. Keep that in mind. And so, has Robert played Perfect Dark? Ms. T?
No. I did all that, and I'm going to say no.
Terrell?
No, double down.
No, double down. All right, Retro Death.
I wanted to do that first, but the Rare Replay thing came into mind, and I'm like, do I? I'm just gonna say a standard no.
All right, I'm also gonna say no. Robert, have you played Perfect Dark?
No.
Oh,
do you even own Rare Replay?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that was close.
I knew he owned it.
I thought you did.
I played other things on Rare Replay, but I haven't played that one.
All right.
Yeah, you know, I'm still alive.
So here's another game, which until just now I realized there's another version of it, Pikmin 2, which had a Wii Play version.
Yeah, Wii Play shit don't count.
So do we count that?
Yeah, we count it. It's the same fucking.
Okay, so Pikmin 2. I'm going to go first. I'm going to say yes. Robert has played Pikmin 2. Retro.
Pikmin 2 is without a doubt the greatest in the Pikmin franchise. I'm going to say yes.
Terrell.
He's like, just took a shit.
Oh, no. you ain't shit, T. That's all I hear from you, sir. I don't hear Robert talk about Pikmin like that. Fuck. I'm gonna say no.
All right, Ms. T.
360 Wii with me. What was it? Is that it? We in 360. We in 360. That's what it was. So, damn, that's tough, man. You probably didn't play the GameCube one, but if you were into the Wii like you were, like I'm thinking, how do you miss that one? But honestly, I didn't buy that version, so I'm gonna say no.
All right, so everyone here in the audience is wondering, Pikmin 2, has Robert played it?
No.
Damn.
I thought so.
Only 3. I've only played 3.
I knew it because I knew he had talked about Pikmin like that.
Pikmin is a very kind of niche title, so I figured.
Yeah,
I had to take it. I had to take the guess. I was right.
All right, so we're back.
it hurts sometimes how little people have played Pikmin.
Yeah,
we're still in the GameCube era. This one, I feel, hasn't aged well over time, but did make it quite the impression back in the day, and that's Eternal Darkness on the GameCube. It's never been re-released, as far as I can tell, as far as I know.
Nope, there's only one version.
So, Ms. T, has Robert played Eternal Darkness?
Hail to the no.
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 Terrell?
No.
Retro?
I'm gonna double down this bitch with a no.
I'm also gonna double down this bitch with a no.
What is this, a fucking bukkake? Jesus
right?
Christ.
You know, double down means 2.
Yeah.
So, it was 4 people were saying no, so just.
It's a fucking listen. This is bukkake.
Yeah, triple down, triple down. That's what
Robert, have you played Eternal Darkness?
I wish, but no.
Glad you didn't. All right.
I was expecting him to say yes at this point.
That would be awesome. That's why I wish, to stump all of you. Be like, what?
I never heard you talk about that game already.
Yeah, the GameCube definitely was a little before his first system was the Wii. So.
Yep.
All right.
Does play GameCube games though, but I'm gonna guess that was one you probably didn't get.
That's true. All right, so the next game is going to be, it's a popular game on the GameCube, but you never know with Robert. Super Smash Brothers Melee. So I got to go first. God damn it.
It's kind of tough.
He's like, I got the first turn.
He's good at Smash 4 in the beginning, so I know he's played previous ones.
Yeah.
You know, I'm play Brawl.
I'm gonna say yes for Melee. Retro.
It's like I remember somehow a conversation once, and I think he has not played it.
So you're saying no?
I'm gonna say no.
Probably shouldn't give hints like that for the rest of the crew.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, is that the
fact?
Is it a hint? Or am I trying to screw these double down?
What about saying? Because I already got my shit out of the way. Yes, I think he has played it.
Mizzy.
Oh no, Retro made it so difficult for me to choose here. Damn, this is tough.
Oh, I thought he was joking when he said
I don't think. I think, if anything, Retro is misremembering that shit. So, ain't no damn strategy to that shit. I'm gonna go with Melee. I don't see how a Smash fan hasn't played Melee. Even if you're younger, you probably checked it out at least once. So I'm gonna go. Yes, he has played it.
All right, Robert, have you played Super Smash Brothers Melee?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
nice try, Retro. Nice try.
I have last year I put up on my new TV when I bought that big TV. One of the first games I played was Melee.
Yeah, I just
to me play the original.
The game sold so many copies, and I just think a Smash fan probably has played it at least once.
I played a lot of Melee actually.
Yeah,
I figured it was much.
Even though I didn't grow up with it, it was like later on I played.
Yeah, you grew up with Brawl.
Yeah. All right, score update. Retro Death holding up the rear with 7 points. Me and Terrell tied with 9.
Okay.
And T still has his double down. He's in the lead with 10. And we got 3 games to go.
I'm gonna get that ass.
So we got the Wii.
There it is. He should have been playing Rocket League with us.
Wii games. From here on out, the next 3, we'll have to do it.
Oh man, I know one you're gonna put in here, you bastard.
We have to do a tiebreaker. We'll have to, we'll have to figure it out. So, all right, the first one, and it's appropriate Terrell. Oh no, T is gonna be going first. Sorry, is Sonic Colors.
No, that was me.
I'm just saying I thought you were gonna go first, but it's actually T's going
first. Okay.
So T, has Robert played Sonic Colors?
It's actually kind of tough. Robert is he even a Sonic fan?
I'm pretty sure he's a Sonic fan.
I'm gonna say yes, he is a Sonic fan, and if he's a Wii fan, he had to play Colors, right? I mean, come on. So I'm gonna go with yes.
All right, Terrell.
Considering I know his history with Forces and Lost World, I know he had to have played Sonic before that, so I'm gonna say yeah.
T, you still got that double down. I mean, you don't have to use it. You got.
Look at you baiting him.
I don't think this is
okay.
This isn't worth.
This is unprofessional, sir.
Retro.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm fairly certain he has played it, but there's no way I'm gonna win this game by taking like no chances.
Yeah, you
I'm
have
gonna
to take the opposite
Yeah.
T the rest of the way.
I'm gonna say no because I also there's no way I could win still.
All right, and
Don't
shit.
give up points though. God damn it.
Well, he can't win unless T gets the next 3 wrong and Retro gets the next 3 right, and then there's a
I don't
tiebreaker.
need to win. I can at least like die with you bitches.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
you
Sonic
bitches.
Colors. I hate to agree with Retro because he's not very good at this game. So
God damn.
I was gonna say no, but now I'm. Oh man, this is probably the hardest one so far in my opinion. Damn it. I'm going to say no. I'm going to agree with Retro. So, Robert, have you played Sonic Colors?
Yes.
Of course he has.
Listen,
Of course he has.
Lesson of the day. Lesson of the day. Never side with Retro.
Yeah. One of the best.
It's like I said,
Sonic
I wanted
games.
to say yes. I knew it.
I don't know why.
Dude, the theme song's great.
One of the best Sonic games on the Wii. I mean, Wii 360.
No, it is the
you
best
played
Sonic
that.
game on the Wii. There is
Yeah,
no
well,
debate on that.
I just meant one of the best Sonic games there is, and then on the Wii.
Yeah, it's one of my
Alright.
favorite.
It's pretty
I
good
fucking,
chance
I
you
knew
got
it,
that one.
especially with our conversations with Lost World and Forces. I was like, I know he's played Colors.
Yeah.
I mean, I played Lost World, but I didn't play Colors.
Yeah,
I
but
played
you're not a Sonic
Generations.
fan. You're not a Sonic fan, so we
So
don't.
the
count
next
it.
game is Retro's one of his favorite Wii games, his favorite Metroid game, Metroid Other M on the Wii. So T has Robert played it?
This is actually tougher than. Humda. Oh, man. Metroid Other M. Can I phone a friend?
This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, God dang it.
Dang. Let me see. Metroid Other M sold barely 1 million copies. It came out late in the Wii's life
Let's
cycle.
go statistically nuke this shit.
I'm gonna say yes.
All right. Terrell.
Oh, see, I'm thinking of Rob when he was on the podcast. Me and him would defend Other M because I still liked Other M. But I don't know if Robert was in the same boat. Fuck me. I'm gonna take a gamble because I've noticed me and Robert's opinion seem to align on a lot of things. I'm gonna say yeah, he has played it.
All right, Retro Death.
I'm just gonna think what I think is actually the correct answer, and I'm gonna say, oh man, I don't think he's too much into Metroid, but it's the Wii, man. Like he played fucking Picross and shit. I don't know. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes as well, just because I don't want to lose any more points. And this one's just too tough to call. So, Robert, have you played Metroid Other M?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I figured as much. I just wasn't.
I didn't
wasn't
gain
100%.
anything, but didn't lose anything.
Yeah. I didn't play a ton of Metroid games, but I did play not all of Other M, but some of it.
I figured you would play that commercial ass shit.
That was actually the first Metroid
You ain't
game that I
shit,
bought
T.
and played.
Fucking asshole.
All right. This is the final game unless we need a tiebreaker. Kirby's. What is it? Return to Dream? What the hell?
Yeah, Return to Dreamland.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's on the Wii. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I was trying to remember which.
Oh fuck.
So, I think I have to go first. Fuck.
Yeah, Kirby's hard.
I know a lot of people loved it and thought it was a return, but I never played it.
You get it? Because it's a Return to Dreamland.
Yeah. It was Return to Form. So I'm going to say yes, Robert played Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Retro Death.
If it was Epic Yarn, I think I instantly would have said yes. With this game, earlier on and shit, even though he played so much, I'm going to take a chance. I honestly think he didn't play it. I'm going to say no.
Okay. Terrell.
Fuck. I think if I've been counting my points right, I'm like right under T. And unless T double down, I cannot win. Fuck me. I'm gonna take a guess here, and it's gonna be literally a drop in the bucket. I'm gonna say no.
Wait, wasn't Return? I'm thinking of the wrong. God,
What game you thinking of?
Dreamland on the 3DS.
No, Return to Dreamland is a Wii game.
Yeah, Dreamland is a Wii game.
Did they put it on the 3DS?
No, you're talking about Epic Yarn.
Okay, because I was just like
getting the 3DS port.
I was curious. Yeah. I'm looking it up, and then somebody had a 3D art box.
There's 2 Kirby Wii games, but the Epic Yarn is the one that's getting the 3DS port.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say he has.
You're saying no? Okay. T. You could be strategic here, or you could just guess what you think.
I'm just gonna say no because I'm one of the biggest Kirby fans, and I barely played Return to Dreamland, so I'm gonna say no.
You're saying no. All right, Robert. The answer is
no.
Yes! I knew it. Help me though, but goddamn it.
The reason why, is because I actually traded in my Wii at 2000. I think it was 2010 when I traded in my Wii, and because I traded in for the 360.
Oh.
And
that's when. Isn't that when Return to Dreamland came out?
Yeah, 2011 came out.
Yeah, 2011. That's what it was. Yeah.
Wait, but Metro Other M came out 2010, didn't it?
I picked it up on the Wii U though.
You got the
back compat.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mizza T is the winner. He had 13 points. Congratulations. Boom! You didn't use your double down. You could have had 14.
I only missed 2 out that whole shit, son.
Anybody close in the chat? I see some people saying 9 out of 14, 8 out of 14.
I know Jack Gates had 9 out of 14, but then he doubled down on a yes and he lost 2.
So wait, so it's the order T, me, Juice, and then Retro?
Yeah, Terrell had 12, I had 10, and Retro had 9. Only because I shouldn't have, with the Sonic thing, I was like, well, I'm either going to tie T here or, I took a chance. And
I had to gamble. See, the later stuff I'm pretty good with Robert on because me and him share some tastes. Yeah. So I was like, I'm pretty good on the later half. It's that early shit that screwed me.
Yeah, I think.
I'm like, why gamble if you're not like behind? Why even use a double down? Why gamble? Just take a chance.
I felt pretty to try to gain.
Because okay.
I needed to gain.
I'm gonna tell you that shit never works for me. That's why I didn't like. It never works for me.
Maybe next time I'll make it. You have to use it for a game at some point.
Okay, so now you're trying to just come at me directly, making T rules and shit.
We'll probably. I mean, I'll learn. I think we'll play it again, but I'm gonna change. I asked everybody to give their without telling them why. I asked everybody to name some games, and Shadow Fox is naming like the most obscure games I never even heard of. And I'm like, how about you name some that'd be a little more common? And fair, even then, I got some answer like Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which
Robert. Have you played that? I'm just curious.
Nah, I never played it.
Okay, I was curious.
I should have kept the list.
I would have said
you should have kept the Pokemon game because I'm pretty sure he's played that.
I would have said no on Tatsunoko.
Which one?
Battle Revolution.
Nah.
Really?
Wait, no. I think I did. I think I ordered on GameFly.
But you don't know.
That's the problem. I don't really remember because I remember
so that's a no.
On GameFly. I ordered a bunch of games. I remember that, and I feel like I did play Battle Revolution for when I did on GameFly. I must. But I can't say yes because I don't really remember.
That's fine. I was just curious.
It's like,
but
I didn't know
Did you play My Pokemon Ranch though?
Technically,
yes. No.
We'll play this again next time Robert's on. Hopefully,
it's like I didn't know what the game was gonna be, so I would have named probably some other GameCube games. I thought you were asking like GameCube games from everybody for whatever, Because I don't know, just. So like, dude, stop naming all these RPGs. Now I know why.
He just named.
Yeah, like just didn't give enough criteria. So
I didn't want to like lead you.
Yeah, you want to lead. I get it.
You didn't want to catfish.
I didn't want to have to try to come up with. But now that now that we got a kind of an idea of what he's played, obviously the NES games are going to be a little more
Yeah, I feel like I genuinely play like a handful of NES games.
Well,
I'm
this is
pretty
pretty
sure you
fun
have.
too. To do it for like the other members or some shit like that. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I think, but
even T didn't play
I
everything.
think the only other, I think,
there's tons of games I haven't played.
out of the older gamers, I think probably I have the least amount of, like, I played probably the least, so it'd be a little bit trickier than. Well, so we'll see.
We know your N64 game.
I did. I mean, I rented a lot of games back then too, just because I didn't own them. So anyway, that was the game, and it was fun. Glad Robert could be here, and glad I didn't try to do the game show host voice the whole time. That would have been pretty annoying. So anyway,
Cringe.
let's get into the Starlink, because some of the reviews started coming out. So I was like, I was one of those who thought it originally. I was like, yeah, I need to see more. And then this year at E3, we saw more, and I was like, I see a lot of strafing and jumping, and you're in a ship. I don't know why you're jumping. And so I haven't been as high on the game as I think everyone else that I know in here. Well, Clocket's not here. I think him and T are probably the highest on the game. I don't think so. I know Retro loves Toy to Life games, but the actual gameplay for me was always kind of a question mark. So I've been kind of waiting. I'm going to wait till you guys play it. But so I'm looking at, possibly buying the game, and Switch version's a no. I mean, the other versions aren't even a question. They're not even on the table. Like, I mean, if I'm going to get the game, it's going to be the Switch version just for the Star Fox stuff. So I'm looking online, and I was like, okay, Best Buy has one version. They have the starter pack for $74.99. It has the R-Wing and two pilots, Fox and one of the dudes from the main story, and then a few different guns and things you switch out, and then that's like game specific. And then then they just have a shit ton of different ships and weapons you can buy for $4 or $5 each or whatever they are. And so I'm like, well, how does that work? I don't really want the action figures. I'm like, what's the digital version look like? What's the pricing structure? So I look, and just the base $60 version gives you 5 pilots and 5 ships and 8 pilots. So I'm like, oh, so for less money, yeah, I'm not getting a physical toy, but I'm actually getting more content in the game. And then there's like an $80 digital version where you get all the ships and all the pilots from the get-go, and you don't have to unlock anything, which to me is not appealing at all. So it's just interesting. Then they're selling DLC, like for those that buy it digitally. Then there's like DLC ships for like $350. And I'm not 100% certain if everything's unlockable or if some ships are only accessible through DLC or buying the toy. So I'm not 100% clear on that. But I just think it's kind of interesting, and I can't think of a game where we've seen this, where the digital version's cheaper and actually gives you more in-game content, but you lose the actual physical R-Wing. So let's discuss, and also just get her, because the game comes out Friday, I believe, or Tuesday. Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
So we can get people's general take on the game if they're excited for it, and then we can discuss the whole pricing structure, the Toys to Life, which has kind of been dead for a year plus. So who wants to start? Retro, you're excited about the game, so why don't you start?
Yeah, like if it wasn't for like money issues, I would have picked it up like day one. I gotta wait like a month with it maybe. I'm so excited, mainly because I've been waiting for like a good space shooter, like an actual like evolution of that shit for years now, and this I feel is the perfect evolution of that. Like, yeah, you got like the strafing and shit, like you said in the beginning. Like that was the first gameplay we saw. That shit had me like instantly hooked. And you saw like the new gameplay where you get like in orbit through the planets and shit, and it just looks so fucking beautiful, man. I'm so excited for it. And I definitely can't wait to like pick that up.
Just real quick. A single pilot's $8. A single weapon pack, which gives you 2 weapons to put on your ship, is $10 each. I did not realize they were that pricey. A ship's $25. Gives you a pilot, ship, and a weapon. So just so everybody, I wasn't aware of the individual physicals being quite that expensive. So
here's the thing with Toys to Life that I told people this when people started going crazy with Skylanders because of Donkey Kong and Bowser. It's like, if you actually want the game and everything, I'm telling you now, a couple of months to a year from now, all this shit is going to be dirt cheap because I don't think it's going to go as well. The game might sell as well. People aren't going to buy this shit, and like $25 seriously for a plane is really expensive. There was something other of Toys to Life that came out after Skylanders had died and Disney Infinity died. There was something that was called Light Seekers that had like figures that were like $100 and shit, and that shit failed because you have to understand it's technically still even the shooter like with the Toys to Life aimed for kids. That's why you have the digital versions, you know, and these ships are not gonna sell that well. So if you wait and you're patient, you at one point you're gonna pick this up for like $5 to $10 easily.
Yeah, don't be too patient because the longer you wait, that price will start going back up because it'll be like, oh, it's a rare thing now.
That's what I said about the amiibo in the beginning. I told people, dude, wait. The shit is gonna get cheaper, and then prices started going up. People started yelling at me. I'm like, bitch, wait a minute for it.
Yeah, wait for that. Yeah.
And a couple of months later, like all the amiibo, you buy fucking like the Animal Crossing amiibo. You buy like one for $3, you get like 5 for free. You know, like I've said this from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. I mean, $10 just for 2 little weapons. You click onto the ship. Like to me, that's a $2 thing. I know it's plastic, but
it's it is overpriced.
That's super overpriced. Yeah.
And I mean, does the pilots, is that the only way you can play as that pilot, or is this a pay to play right away?
They said everything you can eventually get in the game.
Okay.
Right? I think that was the thing.
That's kind of what I thought too.
Right out front. Yeah.
But if you earn it in the game, but you don't have the ship, then you have to use the menu system to change out the weapons. So then you're not. If you buy the starter pack, you got this R-Wing, and you got this cool feature of switching out stuff, which you won't be switching anything out because you only have the 2 weapons and the 1 ship, so there's nothing to switch out but the pilot. But it's an interesting structure anyway. We'll go to the next one. Robert, what do you think of Starlink and the Toys of Life and the pricing structure?
Now, for me, I got to play some of it at E3, and I was really damn impressed. I'm definitely picking up the game, and I think it looks really good. I'm gonna pick it up for PS4. Imagine that, but like, obviously, I'm gonna pick it up for Switch because the whole Starbucks thing. But you guys were talking about the whole price thing, and I didn't really understand it until honestly right now, because like I just kind of was like thinking, oh, I'm gonna go pick it up, and it's gonna be $60, and that's it.
You can't buy a physical version without the ship, which is
I didn't know.
I learned that when I went to go pre-order it. Nope.
That I had no clue. So honestly, like I'm probably gonna just buy it digitally, which I never buy games digitally, but I don't really want to spend the extra money and have like the Toys to Life thing. Like I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't like having an extra little thing. I already bought all these amiibos that I don't want. It's kind of like I don't really want these this ship, and so it's like I'm probably just gonna get it digitally. And if so, you could just pay for $60 and that's it. Let me play my goddamn game, and that's all I want, But that's why for me,
and you get more ships and pilots right from the get-go.
And that's even weirder to me. that you do get more ships, so you kind of get almost in a way, more content when you pay cheaper. That's weird.
You get less physical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't get any physical items.
The one caveat that kind of really throws a damper in this for me is the Best Buy Gamers Club, which I still have until January next year. I can get the starter pack after the 20% off. It's only $59. It's the same price. So it's like for me, because I don't get a discount on the digital, I kind of have to buy the starter pack.
That I didn't even think about that. Now I go back. I'm probably actually gonna get the starter pack because
the thing is that I'll probably, since I have to buy that, I don't have to, but it makes. But then I'm but I have to really figure out exactly how the unlockables and stuff work, you know, because I don't mind playing as Fox. I don't mind playing as Fox the whole time, but if I buy the physical and I have the ship, do I not have Fox if I don't attach the ship to the controller? If I play with the Pro controller, does it know that I have, or do I have to do it at least once to tell the game, hey, I got the Star Fox? You know, that's the thing I don't know.
I think I'm not sure, but I think once you have the physical thing, it basically it's a you have it in your inventory. So
I would think I'd have to at least activate it once to
at least once. Yeah, I think that's what you have to do.
Because I'm not honestly, I'm not gonna play with the Joy-Con in the grip. Like that's to me, that's the absolute least like appealing way to play Switch is Joy-Cons in the grip. So, and that's the only way to make the. You could, I guess, you could rig something up so that your right hand's right under the ship or something. I don't know how it would work. I don't know how it connects or anything. I think it's the NFC, so I'm not sure. But so that's something I'll have to figure out. But anyway, Terrell, what's your thoughts on Starlink?
For me personally, I wasn't super interested. Still really not. As far as the Toys of Life thing goes, I never saw a lot of value in it. It's cool more in concept than it is in like reality. Although I do think Starlink is probably one of the better applications I have seen of that concept. I still don't find it inherently interesting. I can understand the pricing structure. It is a little weird, but I understand the idea that essentially it's the idea that I actually put an actual level of value into my physical items. So, of course, I don't get as much, but I actually get the cool figure. And I think they feel like that justifies the uptick in price, which from what I've seen, the figures look well made and everything. It just depends if you give a shit about that kind of stuff.
The pilots are they're really tiny.
They're tiny, yeah. But they still have nice detail, even though they're tiny.
Yeah, it's still like, that's what I mean. Like it's still well done considering what it is.
Let's wait for that judgment until we have them installed. Trust me.
Well, I can understand that.
No, I'm going based on like reviews from people who actually have them.
Yeah, just from what we've seen.
And I've seen, close up
on videos and whatnot. But
again, let's wait until they're in store. It's been like that with every Toys to Life thing so far. Even with the Amiibo in the beginning. Remember like Mats and like Palutina's faces in the beginning and shit? How they had to redo the figures afterwards because how we were scammed. Like, trust me, people who get the actual games, get the actual figures, they don't get the same thing as you find in the stores later.
To be fair, the Amiibo situation was a little rougher because we were just happy to find the figure, so we couldn't really. We didn't have the ability to pick and choose. It was like, do I want Palutena or not? Well, fuck it, I got to get Palutena now.
Well, I hope I'm not getting a different thing than the reviewers are getting. I mean, it's coming out, and then they gave. I'm guessing they gave them the same shit. That's
they probably gave them the full physical. So, all right, I'm seeing something about Nintendo Switch. Internet download required. I just seen this on the box.
That's on the box.
So that tells me the whole game's not on the cart. That's what that's telling me.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. Actually, and we've seen that box for a while.
That's the first time I've seen it and actually looked at it. So that's another little nuanced detail here. That's like, man,
you're gonna make Robert change his mind again.
I'm gonna have to find out how much needs to be downloaded.
I think it's like 5 gigs if I remember right.
I need to look up the full size. Anybody got their Switch handy? Look at.
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick.
See what the eShop says the size of the game is.
Just the normal version, not the digital.
Yeah, the normal. Can't imagine. I can't imagine the ships and stuff are actually additional download. I think that's probably just an access thing.
Let's see, coming soon.
I don't love the R-Wing design in this game, like the changes they made to it to make it fit their Toys of Life thing. I gotta say,
it is 12.7 gigs.
Come on, that's weird. I guess get the price down. They probably put on an 8 gig cart.
That's horseshit.
It's just a bummer. There's no excuse for it not to be on a 16 gig.
I don't think. Yeah, just 12.7.
Especially when you had early games that were on 32 gig cards.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't make any sense.
What do you T? What do you think of the R-Wing design? Actually,
I like it. I don't love it. I like it better than the R-wing design for Star Fox Assault. I pretty much hated that design. I think it's the best they could do to make it look like the R-wing, but still fit the designs of the other ships in the game. So
I think it's both that and the fact that the weapon attachments and
the
everything
weapons
have to
attachments
fit
and
with
stuff,
the
right?
overall
That stuff. Yeah, that's what I meant by the other designs, because it has to fit in line with their.
Yeah.
Oh, so it comes with a completely. It's a brand like a. I thought it just attached.
Oh, yeah, it comes with its own grip.
It's the grip is completely its own, so
it's a 6 gig day one update.
Yeah, so you slide your Joy-Cons onto the custom grip.
Okay, so what do you mean, Terrell? It's a 6 gig up. Is that for even for the digital version?
It says Starlink is available in eShop, but as we know, Ubisoft is offering a physical starter pack. From what we were hearing, Starlink comes with a 6 gig day one update. No word on what's included, but the file size indicates the content is to make the game run and play as intended. So I'm guessing, I don't know if that's on top of the 5. That's my problem.
I guess I'm waiting for that game to come out and find out.
We'll figure it out, yeah.
I want to hear from people exactly. You know, when you do a review, you think that'd be something you'd mention. Hey, by the way, you know, you got to download.
You know what I'm guessing? I'm guessing that is required because the game, the world is seamless. Like you can fly from the planet up into space to another planet, down onto the planets with no load. So I think it's a situation where it's like Xenoblade Chronicles X, where it's like if you download that stuff, the packs or whatever, it makes the game run smoother and better. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it is.
So it's really like 18 gigs in total.
Let's see. I found an article which I don't know if it really details it. Game supports surround sound. The title's initial file size for Switch has also been revealed. 12.7 gigabytes. Oh, they must not know about the additional. It was only 5 days ago. How do they? Yeah, there's nothing current, so we'll have to wait and see if we can find out. You must be reading the one that says it requires a 6 gig. Was that on the eShop, or were you searching online?
I was on NintendoEverything.com. That's where I saw it.
Because it has the sticker on the physical version, I'm thinking that's just part of the physical version, but that's just guessing. So I don't know for sure.
Oh, let me see what the source for that article
was. Because if the game didn't have that sticker on the box art, like.
Let's see.
To me, that's less of a day one update, or it's a day one. Here's the rest of the game because we didn't want to pay for the big cart.
And at the end of the day, it's still better than. Well, I'm sure the other versions is going to be 40 to 50 gigs.
Well, no, that's for the physical version. My bad.
And even with the physical, you got to download 40 or 50 gigs onto your.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if on top of the 12.7, is that 6 going to be, and for the digital version, is it going to be added? So I was curious. It looks to me like they use an 8 gig card.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think. So
we'll find out.
Use a smaller cart. I think they use a smaller cart because they were gonna have to do what I'm saying, which is you're gonna have to download anyway to make the game run. So I think they probably were like, oh well, you got to download something anyway, so why not? Just have the money on the cart, yeah.
So it's not pulling just from the cartridge,
right?
Internal memory, which is quicker, but the SD card, I think, is actually equal to the game card, if I remember. Yeah. But interesting stuff. Just kind of hitting back to what I mentioned earlier about the ship seems to be. They're kind of forcing when you're on a planet. From what I've seen, it seems like the story always forces you to go into hover mode, which your ship is right along the ground. You have to use a button to jump, and then you're just strafing around an enemy and shooting it, which I think it doesn't sound like in space it works differently. I watched some extensive 5-6 minute clip of the space battle, but I've always been turned off by the the hover mechanic, because I just feel like it's a little bit of a missed opportunity of flying around a planet would be cool. Instead, you're hovering along the ground almost like you're a car. And what
I gathered in some of the gameplay though was that you're just free to fly, and if you go to a specific depth, you get like hooked into that mode, kind of like how Pokken switches gameplay modes. You know,
yeah.
like from what I thought, you can just like go off the strafing thing, and you can fly.
Well, there's parts of where the story is just like, oh, the storm has wrecked our engines. We need to repair them until engage hover mode. So there's story.
Story-based stuff around it.
The one thing that has me a little concerned, and Nintendo Life kind of touched on it, is it's a Ubisoft game, so there's these enemy there's these enemy towers, which I've seen. That's E3. I've seen in the review. There's these towers you're shooting the weak points, and they send out a wave beam of like, looks like flames that you have to jump. Plus they send out enemies, and you have to take these down, and then you get like XP and stuff, like, and then you clear the area and open up the map. And it's like, if there's too much of that to me is like a big turnoff. I would rather see more space battles, dogfights, and more free, actual flying. So I'm definitely going to have to, I'm waiting and hearing some more hands-on impressions from you guys, from other reviewers, from other people on Twitter. I'm just curious, because it just doesn't look exactly like.
It's not Star Fox, man.
No,
it's not supposed to be though. I wasn't expecting it to be Star Fox, but I know a lot of people
I was on it initially. When they first showed, you travel, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But then once I saw hey, you're kind of stuck to the ground kind of combat, and I'm like, I don't know. So I'm kind of iffy on it but I am interested enough I was looking at possibly getting it. So, and the Star Fox stuff definitely is. Without that, I think we wouldn't even be talking about this game, on air, because I don't think it would have much interest outside of that. But the cutscenes and stuff we've seen all look really high quality. And, yeah, I don't know if I would have made it a main topic. We would have talked about it after it came out, and if anybody got it, if it didn't have the Star Fox. And then I guess the last thing, just talking about that, how much more do you think the Switch version will sell compared to the other PS4 and Xbox One version?
I didn't get my take though, cuz.
Oh, you didn't? All right, go ahead.
No, I'll actually incorporate that to the end, because I'll be pretty quick. Yeah, I was a little bit confused on the pricing thing, but the more I thought about it, like as we were doing the game, actually, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's because obviously the toys themselves are obviously a pretty decent cost in the box. So you're getting the ship, you're getting 2 pilots, you're getting the weapons, and you're getting that grip thing, which most people probably didn't even realize that was part of the package. That's a lot of hardware in that package. That's going to bring the price up. So the $75 makes a lot of sense there, and then you put more in as far as what you want to buy, the ships wise and more. So I get that. And if you don't do that, obviously you don't have a cart, you don't have you don't have a case, you don't have all that hardware. So yeah, that should be cheaper, even though you're getting more stuff. So
I will say the box art is pretty uninspired, though. I was a little disappointed there wasn't a Star Fox specific box art for the Switch version.
Yeah, they cheaped out a little bit on that, so they can have everybody have the same box art. Which
the way it usually works when you have those starter packs also is that technically they always lose on the starter pack because they offer it a lot cheaper. Like you said, you get so much shit with it. Because usually if a person buys like one ship with it, I think that's how it works with Skylanders. If people bought like the game and you bought one figure with it, like they would gain from that, and that's the strategy here again too, I think.
Yeah, with $25 ships and a fucking $10 for a weapon pack. That's they're definitely making some money if people buy it. So continue to
yeah. So if they're charging that much for the stuff separately, if you look at it, actually you're not making out too bad with the starter pack. And yeah, so what was the thing we're just going to talk about?
The ratio it'll sell Switch version.
Okay, yeah, because that was going to be part of what I want to say anyway. The ratio, to me, it's easily going to sell the best on Switch because obviously Star Fox is going to be a big influence. That's why most people even care, even though I thought the game was cool from the beginning. Like, it looked cool to me because it to me it looked like what I wanted No Man's Sky to be, and it never was. Maybe it is now. I don't know about the new version or whatever, but there's a lot of that kind of gameplay elements to it. And so I think some people won't realize it going in, that it's going to have some grindy stuff going on. You're going to be kind of doing some repetitive things. But I think because of that, the other versions won't sell as well because they don't have that pull. They don't have that it thing like the Switch version does, which is Star Fox. That is a big part of it. But I was not expecting this game to be Star Fox because, like I said, initially, even when I liked it before we knew Star Fox was in it, it appealed to me because it looked like, kind of like Elite Dangerous, that kind of a style, that kind of setup to gameplay. And then I think it's deeper than some people realize. Not that it's a deep game, but I think it's deeper in its gameplay mechanics than people probably realize. You're not going to be flying around shooting at things. There is some element of grinding and strategy involved and because of those, I don't hear anybody outside of Nintendo fans even talking about this game. So that's another indicator for me that it's going to be the Switch version is going to be, Soul Calibur 2 all over again.
I think it's gonna be
even more than that.
I think it's gonna be a huge ratio.
Yeah.
So let's go to Terrell. What do you think sales wise? I mean, Switch version. I think it's not even a debate that it will sell more than the other versions, but how much more is really the question.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say 3-1.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I was thinking.
Oh, we had to give. We're gonna give ratios out. Yeah,
that because my thought process is that it'll probably be Switch, then PlayStation, then Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
There's an Xbox version?
I don't know that.
Is there an Xbox version?
I'd be shocked if the Xbox version hit 100,000. Honestly,
I would be shocked too.
I'll give it more than that. I'll say at least. I say at most it'll hit us 300.
Well, you're looking at the price too. The $75 for.
Yeah, because I guess the problem is that they don't count Nintendo Digital, so we won't know digitally how well it did.
Well, the others will have a digital version too.
I just think those guys over there,
like when they do the sales for it, we'll know it so well. We'll know the full numbers for Sony and Microsoft. We won't know it for Nintendo.
We may not know that. They may never say the actual numbers. We might have to go off.
Yeah,
that depends on how well it sells.
You're right. How hard was it? How long did it take before we got?
Okay, I guess a better, maybe a little bit more specific
battle.
I would take a shot in the dark and say within the first week or two, it'll at least hit 500,000. I think
Ubisoft would be ecstatic about that.
I think PlayStation will hit like 150,000, maybe 200,000. And I think Microsoft is going to hit like 50, if that, or 100,000.
All right, Robert, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be so off, I feel like, by these numbers, but definitely for sure. I mean, if you want to go by ratios, I'm not really good at math, but I'll say 3-for-1 like you guys are saying. I don't know, but like easily 3-for-1.
What did you say?
Is that 3-for-1?
2-1.
Oh shit!
3-1. Yeah, 2 as a
3 times.
Stay in school, kids.
Retro, you gotta take.
Fundamental.
I definitely have a take, and it's gonna be a lot more grounded in reality here for several reasons. I think Skylanders overall and Disney Infinity, it was all kind of global. I think everything sold kind of similar on every platform. I think this game will sell much less than Skylanders. I think it will barely sell on Xbox. It's obvious the Switch version will sell most, but man, I don't know, but some people think Star Fox sells like 5 million copies every time. The game hasn't sold in like a decade, really a lot. And I don't think Star Fox is going to be this massive push of like 1 to 2 or like 1 to 3, what you guys think. I think, let's say let's say this game reaches 1 million on every console, which I don't think it will. Let's say it does. I think the Switch version, because of Star Fox, might have like, I don't know, like 500,000. Nah, that's way too much, man. Like 10% more, maybe some shit like that. Like I don't think it's gonna do like 2-on-1 or anything. Like I think people overestimate Star Fox at this point, and definitely overestimate the type of game that this is.
Man, Retro be sitting back waiting for everybody, and then he's like, "I'm gonna do the opposite."
I'm gonna drop.
I'm gonna say the opposite of what everybody's saying.
I'm gonna drop some facts that are Retro's partly right, and PS4, Xbox One owners got 4 words for you: Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out.
I was just about to say that.
No one on those consoles is looking for a new game. We just had Spider-Man on the PS4, Xbox. Forza Horizon 4 looks like
Call of Duty.
the best. Call of Duty just came out.
Like, those guys ain't checking for the game.
Switch owners are the only ones been looking for a new game for a long time. Not a old game finally on Switch. Not a
day and date game.
A double or single A Nintendo title. Like this is like to the Switch owners, this is really the first major release in a long time, and it's a day and date third party with Star Fox. I'm gonna say the Switch version 3, maybe 4-to-1 over the Xbox One and PS4 combined, but I think the Xbox One and PS4 versions will be under 100,000. So I'm not saying it's gonna sell ridiculous. I just think the Switch version, not only is the Star Fox stuff, but you're adding on the fact that there hasn't been a ton of new games on the Switch this year, and there's not these big other third-party games it's competing with. And I think just the Switch audience is, even everything else aside, is more open and more interested in a game like this. Anyway, even without Toys of Life and Star Fox, I think it's just a more interesting game for Nintendo fans or Nintendo Switch owners versus Xbox, especially in PlayStation 4. So I think everything about it tells me 4-to-1.
And allow me to dispel some of this anti-Star Fox bullshit Retro's trying to peddle to y'all. Star Fox Zero was going to be dead in the water, I think, regardless. We're talking about a super late Star Fox game. When did it come out? 2016 on the Wii U?
Yeah, 2016.
On a console that was dead. I mean, a game like Shimigami, or not Shimigami,
Tokyo Mirage.
Tokyo Mirage and Sharp FE. That game was super quality. It was my game of the year, and that game, I think, maybe hit 100,000 copies.
Let me go check while you're talking.
Well, let me just tell you right now. I mean, Star Fox 64, 4 million. Star Fox 3 million. Star Fox Adventures.
I was going to get to that. I was going to say, like, even Star Fox Assault
did over 1 million.
They came out, super late on the GameCube.
I was going to get to those exact same numbers, but let's take into account
on the GameCube. And what did it come out? 2005, Star Fox Assault.
Yep.
It still hit 1 million.
Even the 64 3D version, almost 1 million.
3D version, right?
So, yeah, but this is all cool and fun in games. Like you guys say that and shit, But I see it like this. Okay, Star Fox started at 3 million, 64 did 4 million. It was obviously better, and then we got 1.8, 1, 0.9, 0.5, 0.4. The numbers are going down and down and down. Star Fox is not as popular as you guys think.
You're talking about Star Fox Assault, which wasn't that great a game. First of all,
but Command and 64 were amazing, and they had nothing.
It came out 2005 on one of Nintendo's weakest selling consoles, and it still broke 1 million. And then Command was very polarizing. Like it wasn't a traditional Star Fox game. I think it was polarizing to a lot of people. Same with Star Fox Zero. It was polarizing because some people didn't like them damn controls. So. And then you have, on top of that, you have the Wii U's low install base, and then you have late in the Wii U's life cycle. So I think if Star Fox Zero would came out early in the Wii U, it probably would have hit 1 million. But
I think it could. I think a Switch, like a full Star Fox game, would be easily over 1 million.
It would be right back up to.
How many GameCubes were sold?
like 20,
22, 21
million. Yeah, so that's like not that much more than the Wii U technically had and shit. And then you got like Star Fox Adventure that reached like 2 million, and Assault that was over 1 million. The install base doesn't matter. Like the interest for Star Fox is simply dying. It is.
I'm telling you why though. We haven't gotten a.
I can't say that definitively unless Nintendo released a proper Star Fox game on the Switch.
That was my point. Like we haven't had.
Then I could say, okay, it only sold 500,000.
Star Fox 64. It was the last like, oh yeah, this is a Star Fox game that everybody universally liked, as far as Star Fox fans go. So when we get one of those again, and it doesn't sell, then you might have some credence to what you're saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with all of this is just that you say, oh, if we get another one that sells, it's going to be good. But we haven't had that. The basis of Starlink selling is off a dwindling franchise that has been dying. I love the Star Fox franchise, but you got to just look at the facts. Like, we haven't had like a decent one that we had so many times. So how many people would buy a game that isn't Star Fox for Star Fox over something that has been dying? Like, I don't see this doing the numbers you guys think.
What you're saying
just because of Star
Fox. It has to do with it has nothing to do with Star Fox, the IP. It has to do with the quality of the Star Fox games we've gotten since 64. So if we get a quality Star Fox game, I don't think, oh, well, Star Fox is dying, nobody's going to buy it. I think it'll be right back up there because people always talk about Star Fox. Star Fox is always at the top of people's list because they want that next true Star Fox game. We get that, it will smash. I'm telling you, because there's so much fervor still.
If that Star Allies can do over 1 million, if Mario Tennis does over 1 million, I'd be
right. Kirby Star Allies did that because why? It went back, even though it was easy and it had its fault. It went back after the Wii U one, which was the Rainbow Curse. After that, it went back to the traditional console Kirby style of game that everybody wanted. That's why it sold well. It wasn't just because it's on the Switch. It sold well because that looks like a Kirby game that I remember. And once Star Fox does that, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to get the sales again. It has nothing to do with the IP waning. It's the quality of the games we've gotten. And then also the install base does matter because if you don't have enough people with the system, then not enough people are going to buy the games. So it is an impact.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you can't definitively say one way or the other because whatever reason Nintendo gave it to Namco, then they gave it to whoever did Command. Rare touched it. It's just like maybe Nintendo doesn't feel there's anything left to do with it, which is
bullshit.
When you look at what Starlink did, and expand it. It doesn't have to be just an Unreal shooter, but I think it adds enough, and it's got enough people excited that really want a good Star Fox game. And I thought Zero was pretty enjoyable. I actually liked it, but
Zero. It just relied too heavily on 64. That was one of those problems. It wasn't new enough.
It's literally the only reason I'm even considering buying Starlink is Star Fox. So I know I'm just one person, but I think Nintendo fans, especially older ones, I think it has more appeal than what you're saying, Retro.
Yeah, and like you said, what I'm saying about, or at least me anyway, I don't know, you guys might feel the same, but what I'm saying about this one selling 3-1 to the other versions, it's not just about Star Fox. Like, I don't think Star Fox is the only draw. I think, like you said, those guys are playing Battlefield, or not Battlefield, Call of Duty 4 is coming. You got Red Dead, and this Toys to Life thing isn't like a big thing anymore. So Nintendo fans are the only ones really checking for this game. And you made a lot of points why. So yeah, I think that's a bigger reason, not just because of Star Fox in it. I think the bigger reason is the fact that this is like our big game, basically, for this time of year. The biggest thing we're going to get.
Other than Smash Brothers in December, I think it's going to be one of the bigger ones.
Might do some good numbers, too.
What?
Let's Go might do some good numbers.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Let's Go is going
that's going to be the big seller. But I'm saying from summer until Let's Go comes out, I think Starlink will be like that Mario plus Rabbids, that that pretty nice success story. But the other, I'd be surprised. Like I said, Xbox versions that sold 50,000. I think I'd be
a surprise would be that it hits 1 million. I don't know if it'll do that on Switch even, but I think it's pretty easy where it could sell 2 to 3 to 1. I don't think that's a stretch.
FIFA 18 on the Switch sold over 1 million.
If what?
Oh, you didn't know that?
Yeah. No, I didn't know that.
What did?
FIFA 18 selling over 1 million on the Switch. Did not realize that.
Yeah. Well, it's because all the reports said, well, the Switch version only accounted for 1% of the day of the week 1 sales. Well, if the game sells 10 million, then isn't well, that's only 100,000 of 1%, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really. Yeah. I mean, it probably sold 12.
But that was
also was only in Europe.
That was just the UK.
Yeah, UK.
That 1% number. Japan, it was outselling the PS4 version.
Yeah.
That's and we talked about this a little bit last week, just before we wrap this up. It's kind of weird because FIFA's coming and finally NBA is finally coming, 2K is finally coming back to Nintendo system. Look how comparable it is. They come out this year with absolutely zero fanfare. I mean, they probably sold already. I know a couple people have FIFA 19. I couldn't tell you any improvements. There's been nothing. There's been no look at the Switch version versus PS4. Like none of the comparisons.
Nobody cares.
No one cares, and it's almost like.
But isn't that a good thing?
It's a good thing that it's not newsworthy, but it's also because it's not new. They've done this is year 2, and they just released the games and they're day and date. That like there's nothing to talk about anymore because it's just that's how it should be. It shouldn't be a story. But I wonder if it's impacted people buying the new version because annualized games aren't really. Nintendo, diehard Nintendo fans aren't used to annualized games unless they're Pokemon fans.
But I think there's enough non-diehard Nintendo fans who have a Switch that I don't know if those guys will because they might have another console or a PC or something to buy.
I'd be curious if FIFA 19 does better because the install base and apparently it has friend lobbies now. I'm not sure. I haven't really heard anyone say. Or is it going to sell less because a bunch of people have 18 and they're like, why am I going to buy 19? I have 18. Yeah. So it's going to be curious to see.
Somebody asked me, I think one of my students at school was like, oh, you have a NBA 2K19? I was like, no, I'm actually just still kind of playing 18. Like, I'm not going to pull the trigger on that game until sometime next year.
Do they update the rosters or they make you buy the new game to have, not Kobe, LeBron playing for the Lakers?
No, of course they don't do that. I mean, they want you to buy the new game. They don't update.
Yeah, of course.
There was some update. But nothing significant. Yeah, LeBron is not on LA, that's for sure. On the 2K18 right now. So.
It's just so weird. They have the ability just to
of course
update that roster. I mean, just pay $5-10. Hey, I want the current roster. It's the same exact.
Or pay $60 to get the new game.
I'd almost guarantee you that it's the exact same game engine on Switch. I would.
Oh yeah.
There's not one video saying, "Hey, then NBA 19 versus 18 on Switch. Here's what looks better." Like I've not seen. I even searched.
Did they fix that singing chick in the?
I don't know.
That looks terrible. It doesn't look great on any system, but it really looks bad on Switch. It looks awful.
But anyway, so I think that's gonna be it for the podcast, and can't wait to hear Robert's final thoughts. So we'll start though with Ms. T this time.
Yeah, good podcast. Starlink tomorrow, man. I'm excited. Like I said, it looks like what I wanted from a lot of these other kind of space games, and then you add in my boy and the crew, and I think that's another thing is that it visually looks really good. I keep hearing that about how great it looks, and the fact that the Star Fox is in the cutscenes pretty decently. He's woven into the story pretty decently, and the voice acting is on point. So it's gonna in some ways feel like a new Star Fox game, but I think what I initially liked about it is going to be what I'm going to like mostly about it. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And play Nintendo first.
All right, and I just got to say real quick that Hey Pikmin is the next Pikmin game that Miyamoto was talking about.
Oh, prove it. For that
show me where he ever said Pikmin 4. Ever. He didn't. He said the next Pikmin game is far in development and is almost done. He never said Pikmin 4. Everyone else added that
But
4.
It doesn't mean there's no definitive answer on that yet. I mean,
there is a definitive answer. Damn, I can't see
he
why.
said
why
the next
is it
Pikmin game is nearing
the
end of its development.
Like a few months later, we got
it's not a fucking Pikmin game. That's why. It's some
and then
bullshit.
Hey Pikmin came out within 6 months or whatever. Like, I don't understand why there's any confusion on. They might be working on it.
I don't know. It's a Japanese guy in his translation.
You remember how he said that?
Years ahead, we've gotten logos for Pokemon, logos for Metroid, like logos for every fucking Nintendo game there is. And if a game is that complete, you're telling me they're not showing it? No fucking way. Come on.
Yeah, what have they done with it then? If that what he said was near done, what is it? Where is it?
Where did this come from?
Because of fucking Ruby Sakurai in the goddamn chat for like half an hour already.
You ain't wrong, Ruby. You ain't wrong. Don't listen to these motherfuckers.
Okay. Well, where's Pikmin 4 then?
You ain't wrong for thinking that. No, I mean there's no definitive answer on that because
there is. It's on your 3DS.
Nintendo makes games and they completely don't put them things out. Plenty of times. There's thousands of games in the annals of just never came out.
I agree with that, but then when a game with a Pikmin in the title comes out within a year after he said that, I mean, it's kind of.
But he didn't say anything about it.
Yeah,
he said none of it. I'm just saying she's not wrong for feeling that way.
Everybody is wrong for feeling that way.
Jesus Christ.
In 2017, apparently in 2017, Eurogamer interviewed him. He said Pikmin 4 is in development. I never even heard that.
Yeah. Well, see, so you're flapping your jaws, you're flapping your gums.
I was referring to.
You know what the sad part is? You know what the sad part is? Now they are working on a new Pikmin. They're gonna release it on a console.
Oh, now they're gonna try to change it.
They are going to call it 4 because it's on the console now, That doesn't change the fact that Pikmin on the 3DS was the game he was talking about.
Most likely.
Can we not do this?
Prove it. All I'm saying is prove it. That's all. That's all you got to do. You're so sure about it.
Now all you got to do is watch the original video again.
At this point, I'd rather have the
Xenoblade. It doesn't prove anything, though.
Logic tells you, though.
Whoa, please.
Logic tells you.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go bury my head in the sand. Call me when it's over.
Keep hope alive, Ruby. You ain't wrong, girl.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is let me just find where he actually.
This is what we're doing.
I mean, of course, a new Pikmin game is gonna
come.
That's
like back. There goes my head. It's going into the sand.
Here's what he said. People asked about the next Pikmin game. He says it's actually very close to completion. Pikmin teams are always working on the next one.
And yeah, and so was Breath of the Wild was so close to completion. They gave 2015
this
as a
was
date.
3 years ago.
I'm just saying. Things change.
I mean,
as he said, it was close to completion doesn't mean they didn't have a Breath of the Wild moment.
Let me ask you though, why don't you think it was Hey? Why don't you think what I just read was referring to Hey Pikmin?
I'm not saying it did not. I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not definitively saying anything. You guys are definitive about what the next Pikmin game was talking about. I'm saying that she's not wrong for feeling that way. That it could be a different Pikmin game than he was talking about. Other than Hey,
I mean, that's kind of a silly argument because then in 2017 he said, "Yeah, Pikmin 4 is in development." So
again. 2015, Breath of the Wild was supposed to come out. They were sure enough about it that they put a date on it, and we didn't get it until 2017.
We'll probably never know, but it just seems pretty obvious to me he was talking about Hey Pikmin then, and now he's talking about Pikmin 4 after 2 years later. So anyway, Retro Death, final thoughts.
Okay, I'll just completely divert from all of that bullshit. So the last game I've been playing recently is an indie title that was recently released, I think, in this month on the Switch. It's called Always Awakening. It's like this old school retro game, like not some people say like, oh, we're making like this 8-bit game, and they get like Shovel Knight, which had like way too many colors and frames that the 8-bit could even handle and shit, the original NES. And Always Awakening is like this perfect fucking retro Nintendo old school game, and like if anybody likes that shit, like you can see it's heavily inspired by like Zelda 2 and like old Castlevania games, you know, stuff like that. So I suggest anybody to pick that shit up. That's it.
All right, Terrell.
Good podcast. I guess I'll mention what I was been playing. The World Ends With You Final Remix came out Friday.
Oh shit.
Good shit. I highly suggest you play that touchscreen only. Do not fuck with them Joy-Cons. They're not. It's not terrible. I'll put it this way: when I'm struggling against like the second boss in the game using the Joy-Con, I'm like, yeah, you will get hand cramps, and it is not worth it. And then I get on my tablet and I beat the boss in like the first try. So yeah, you can play it with the Joy-Cons. I just suggest you don't and just use your tablet. It's like I think it's the first Switch game that you should not use a controller for at all.
But I got my big ass 4K screen here. You gonna go play on a little ass tablet screen? Nah, man, Nintendo ain't about that, man.
My finger's covering up half the screen. Can't you see what's going on?
And I want to play on my big, beautiful screen.
Y'all some bastards. For me personally, I don't think I'm picking up a game literally until Smash comes out. So I'm gonna be finishing Octopath Traveler, which I have 80 hours in, and World Ends With You. And then I might actually turn on my PlayStation 4 because that console exists and I paid for it, so I might as well use it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you actually have an intention of playing something on the PlayStation 4?
I still need to finish the Crash Collection. I've had Nier Automata for like almost a year. I have games to play on it that I already own. It's like after I beat Persona 5, I was like, I don't need to see the PlayStation 4 logo for a while. That's literally how it was. Yeah. Life's hard sometimes.
And y'all still going at it in his chat over this shit.
Yeah, what are you doing, dude? Juice over here
just bullheaded ass dudes, I swear.
Juice, just chill out. Robert, give your final thoughts because Juice is preoccupied.
Terrell.
Say what?
Terrell, you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, Robert. We were waiting months.
Needed in our veins.
Oh no, I can't hype you guys up, yo. But I will say, everyone's always talking about, where's the next Pikmin? Where's the next Pikmin? But I always ask, where's the next Rabbids Go Home? We need that. We need that shit instantly. And, tomorrow we're all going to be in space. It's going to be great. And we're going to be, playing as Fox or not. And, so get your head in the McClouds.
Oh, God damn.
I'm done.
And maybe you'll maybe you'll try to link some stars.
Beautiful.
Bravo.
That's poetry, man. That's poetry.
I was not ready.
Have a good night and sleep tight.
Hope you don't crash land on a planet and you need these little creatures to help fix your ship.
See, now you're trying too hard.
Oh, damn.
You try to battle for Atlas?
I was making a Pikmin reference. If you
I hope you don't.
We don't battle for Atlas because we're not here stealing hearts.
I hope you don't take a Japanese translation word for word like Japanese out there.
All right, so fun podcast. Glad Robert's back, and we'll get some impressions from some people that actually get Starlink tomorrow on next week's podcast. Find out if it's any good and how all the downloading and all that stuff works. I'm definitely not picking up this week. I told myself I was gonna really dive in with Shadow of the Tomb Raider this weekend, and I think I progressed I got on a side mission, and then I found a tomb, and then I did one little thing related to the story. So
that shit's on sale, by the way. I noticed that.
The what?
It's on sale on Steam.
Yeah, it was.
It dropped to the 40.
It got like 40.
Wow.
I think it was down to 45.
What game?
Shadow Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah.
It's what happens when this time of year, remember Titanfall 1 and 2 both had huge pay cuts, price cuts right away. We probably could have just waited.
Then we just ended the game. We're just not gonna make it anymore
I have
now.
no problem supporting.
Let's all point and laugh at the Switch. Yeah, see how that worked out for you.
I had no problem supporting that game day one. I've enjoyed the series, and this is my favorite one in the reboots.
Oh, your favorite? Huh?
I'm really enjoying it. I just it sucks because the Rocket League competitive scene. They had the little North American championship. And it's like a 7-hour fucking live stream. They really dragged that stuff out because they're best of 7 games. So most of my Saturday was consumed by that and playing some more Rocket League. But I did play some Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Sunday. A couple
Never
hours.
would have thought.
When did we? It was a Saturday night we played
Rocket League, yo.
I know, dude. I was almost gonna make a video about just being a one game gamer, like how unlike
you casual as a motherfucker right now.
How fucking unlike me that is over the years. I mean, I went through a span when I was a little bit younger than I'm, maybe before the Wii U, where I'd have a bunch of games and I'd have like 3-4 games at a time sometimes, and then I went through the Wii U and I was like, oh, I get one game every 3 months. So getting into the Switch, year one was tons of games. Bought a lot of them, enjoyed them, played them all. It was tough deciding which 5 would be my top 5 games of the year. This year there won't even be 5 games, so it's a little weird. But I just cannot stop playing that. And then I got through a little bit of a rough patch. I was plateaued for months, and I finally got to that next rank, and I'm just like, I'm fired back up. So I don't know. It's hard to
game, man.
It's hard to put that game down. It's just, I love sports. I love competition, and I like cars. So it's just everything. I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I always liked hockey growing up.
I like hot chicks. I like.
It's just a fun game to play. So it's really hard.
I don't know.
I'm telling myself, I want to maybe pick up Red Dead Redemption or Starlink, and I'm just like,
Red Dead. Are you not?
And I'm just like, when am I going to play
it? $30.
When am I going to play it? I don't know.
Next month.
I mean, it might be cheaper. I don't think it's going to do Grand Theft Auto numbers, but I think it's going to be pretty big.
What the fuck is a Grand Theft Auto?
Price though, pretty quickly. Like even the best-selling games do that on those other consoles.
We'll see if it has a Black Friday price drop or something. We'll see.
Side note, speaking of GTA real quick, the funniest thing I ever heard recently was I said, so hey man, do you like playing Grand Theft Auto? He was like, what the hell is Grand Theft Auto? I was like, the game where you can steal cars. Oh, you mean GTA? I love
it. Wow. You're dumbass. That's too much to say. I don't want to say it all out.
I was like, what?
That's pretty dumb.
God damm.
So you don't know what GTA stands for? Oh, what's that? I don't know. I thought it meant the name of the series.
I thought it meant get that ass.
Get that ass.
Oh no! The dude said he didn't know it was an acronym.
He didn't know it was an acronym. What?
No, he didn't know. He just thought it was called GTA.
Has he not looked at the cover?
I need to see his transcripts.
No, he's playing online. He's just playing.
It says Grand Theft Auto right in the fucking when you boot the game up.
It
says it on the damn box, bitch.
You'd be surprised.
So
you don't read.
I forgot. I was trying to think of another topic, and that was going to be the rock stars working their employees 100 hours a week. But we'll cover that next Monday.
The hell was that? I ain't heard of that.
Yeah, they announced it like they were proud of it, and then there was backlash because like that's fucking bullshit.
That's abuse.
But then they came back with a retort to that about how passionate their employees are, and I'm thinking maybe if there was a bonus related to hitting the release date, I could see that. But if the regular people, all they got was their overtime money and the loss of all that time working, I think even. I seen like even some minor celebrities commenting on it and shit, saying I'd rather work at Burger King and have free time than work my whole life away for more money or something.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that next week. And until then, thanks for everybody for tuning in, and we see you next time.